So the Hebrews are told to lay aside two things. They're in their race to lay aside every weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, and sin. So in other words, if you're in need of endurance, it's not advisable to stop in the race and put on a 25-pound weight vest. That will not fuel endurance. I've yet to walk into the gym and see someone in an overcoat doing pull-ups. So in this context, a weight may not be an explicit sin, but it's something that's hindering them from running the race with endurance. And at times we can justify carrying these extra weights that may not be explicit sins, but deep down, we know these things they're putting pressure on our spiritual joints, and they're causing us to cramp up in the faith race of life. Running is hard enough without adding extra weight. Bless you people who run with weight vests. Speaking of weight, growing up, I would often on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I would try to convince my parents to take me to the donut shop right down the street. And sure enough, I'd get the same order every time: a maple bar, a chocolate bar, and a cake donut. And then I would come home and watch football for hours, and then I would try to go out on the street and play football. That's not removing every weight to increase endurance. And so the metaphorical spiritual weights the author is talking about, he's saying, remove those to increase our endurance because they're sapping our joy. But they're also told to lay aside sin. Right? Sin is like an energy drink before the race. It provides an initial explosion out of the blocks, but by mile 3, they're stranded on the side of the road, emptied of endurance. Right? You're no longer enjoying the race, and as each person passes you, resentment festers. Now notice the author says to lay aside the sin which so easily clings. Sin, it's like that pesky fly. You just keep swatting away no matter how many times it seems to keep coming back. This spiritual race will not be easy. There are potholes everywhere. Just because we shed that sin one time doesn't mean it won't seek to come back. Often when January rolls around, we are very good at making New Year's resolutions to eat better and to exercise, and those things are good. But how much more so at Advent are we invited to contemplate the spiritual weight and sin to lay aside to enhance our endurance and joy in the marathon of faith? So we've seen our need for endurance. Now we're going to see a joy-fueled endurance in verse 2. Looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of God.